true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It is Wednesday night, so we're on to Small Project Wednesday. Tonight we're going to be working with doing some Turkish round mail. You can see it up in the little screen right now. I guess I can hold it up there too, but I played around today. I didn't know what sizes I would need. It's actually a weave that I've done but I haven't done, if that makes any sense. I was looking through, I was actually working my list down today, and I was writing it down, and it was in my completed list, and I'm like, I looked through my pictures, couldn't find a picture of it. Now, I did lose several years of pictures, several years ago now, but I went through my books that I wrote everything down on, and I went through and looked in my stock, and I couldn't find any anywhere, so I was like, I guess I haven't done it, but I think I did when I was doing inverted round mail. I think I did a little bit of it, and in my head, it's like I've done the weave now. So I wrote it down as a known weave for myself, and I didn't actually have any. So tonight we're going to work on some. Let me go ahead and flip over my camera here. And you can see this one was a little loose. I had 3 others that I tried. 2 were too tight. 1 was way too loose. And so these are the sizes I'm going to work with. I don't know. I'm probably going to finish this one up. It's 1/4 inch. But it's a little loose for my taste. The 1/4 inch square actually came out really well. I kind of liked it. So I'm going to finish that one up. And then I started finding the right ring sizes that just started working well with it. And then the equivalent in a smaller size that I'm going to work with. And then the one that was way too, was too loose. And then I changed it over, and I'm going to king it. I'm going to double up the size on it and double up the rings. I don't know. It's okay looking now. I don't know if I'm going to finish this one out or I'm going to start another one, because I think if I change up some ring colors, I think it would look cooler. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do there, but we'll figure that out at some point. Okay, let me put these back up over here, because we're actually going to make one in blue and lime, and then I'll finish these up later. If we have more time on the stream, we might work on some of those. We'll kind of see what happens. But I do want to thank everybody for stopping by, checking us out, see what's going on. I do appreciate it. Don't forget, you can check us out on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Give us a like, subscribe, shares, all that good stuff. Give us a thumbs up. Even if you're watching later, it's all good. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Let's see, I'm probably going to go, we'll just use the color for the third, because basically this breaks down into 3s. And it's kind of like a Byzantine, a wider Byzantine per se, because of the way it flips around. When I started working on this earlier today, I was like, man, I know I've done this. Because it was in my head, like, okay, this is what I do, this is how you build it. So it's like, I know I've done it. But I think it was when I was doing inverted round mail. I think I played around with it and then just never went any further. So my connectors will be that. So these will be the other. But I hope everybody's having a good week. It's been kind of slowly getting better, I think, for us in a way. Other than the car is still leaking fluid. Gonna have to have it looked at once again. Had a good little rainstorm move through last night, so, and cooled down everything today. I think we were like 40, and then near about 20 minutes before the stream started, I happened to look outside, and it was rainy, but had snow mixed in with it. You can see the rain coming down, and then just a little mix of snow kind of blending in, trying to hide along with it. And I'm going to start this basically the same way that I start my inverted round mail. I always kind of do a little chain, connect together, spread them apart, and continue. I know other people have different ways of starting all these, but it all depends on which way you like. I wouldn't say there's any perfect way, but everybody has their own way of doing it, so. Alrighty, so that's what I have here. Basically it's just a 2-1-2-1 chain. 3 single, 3 doubled. If I can flip it around the proper way here. Just a basic little unit like that. Then that's when I'll flip these up. Actually, I'll flip my blues down. If I was doing inverted, I would just flip the tops up and start connecting these. Since we're going the other way, being Turkish, we flip those actually down, and we're going to connect up through it, pulling a somewhat of a Byzantine style linkage. Give me a few of these open. Right now it's a little weird till you start getting some more rings in it and it starts pulling it together. The only thing I do hate about these styles when it comes to this, the inverted, round, even round mail. Oh, come on. I just need you guys to flip up. Let me get through. No, you want me over there. There you go, finally. Jeez. Is putting on the clasp ends because you're on an odd number. So I don't think we'll put on a clasp on this tonight. We will get it to a decent length. I'm trying to decide on how I want to clasp it up. All these in all reality. I've made my own wire bending, and made my own 3-way onto those down into one, and it works okay. It just doesn't look as good as I would like it to. And there are ways, other ways I've done it is take, when I'm on my final ones, at the end, I'll take 2 of them instead of how I'm going through 2 rings, 2 rings, 2 rings, and each one of these are separate. I will come back, so that was group 1, and take one of them out and MOBA, I still can't speak, Mobus it up onto one of the other rings beside it. That leaves me with 2, and then I'll shrink it down to 1. It, again, does okay. It's not the perfect way. I know some people do they'll buy like a barrel end. It's an open round metal part they can put over and glue it onto it, and it takes it down to where your clasp will be, which, in all honesty, does look good, but I don't like doing it with chainmail. I'd rather it be chainmail. So there are a few other techniques out there that I've seen through the years on how people have done it, but I kind of play around with it every time I come across doing something that needs that style to close it up. So this is basically the third ring in the group, and it folds the other way, and we grab it, and then we just kind of do the same inverted round after that point. Because if I try to keep going this way, I think it becomes too sturdy and would become more of a structural piece. I need to turn my music up. Go. Alright. Which I've done many structural pieces too, and like I said, I think that's what would happen. I wanted to make this at first when I ended up doing inverted round mail. I just think it was too loose, and that's why I didn't like it. At the time, I didn't have this size ring, and so that's why I ended up just doing inverted round. And you wrote it in the book, because in the book, on inverted round page, at the top, it does have Turkish, and it's crossed off. So I think that's what I was originally working for, and it changed, and I still made it, but it was too loose, and I didn't like the look of it. So it's nice to be able to come back to it now with the proper rings. I mean, according to my book, this would have been about 7 years ago when that happened. And I just hadn't done it since. So I was like, we're going to go ahead and do some Turkish round tonight then. Oh, and I did want to show off. Yesterday, I was hoping to. It was my laser day. I was hoping I'd get my supply in yesterday, but I didn't. I got it in like about an hour and a half before the stream tonight. Put that down real quick. I got some yo-yos that I can laser up. Put logos or whatever on them. I got some of these neat little... They're just little container type things. I imagine they're like on a table where you can put your keys and your loose change from your pocket. Keep it on your nightstand or on your dresser. I'm actually probably going to do one up for myself that has a book box on it. I think it's going to make a good tray. I should have opened one up to hold my rings. If I'm just doing some little things around the house, I'm going to pull it along with me. Because I can put my rings and plier on it and take it up. But I've got several different ideas of what this can be used for. I ended up getting some USB laser roll. These got magnetic ends on them. I like it in a way. It doesn't come off. I've tried to shake it off. And kind of, if I hit it just right, I can kind of get it to kind of pop off. But it does okay. I just don't like that it's not attached to it. I'm kind of wondering if I can somehow attach a piece of chain mail that'll just let it dangle beside it. But otherwise, you know, they're neat. They're 16 gigabytes, so they're not huge, but they're kind of neat. I can laser them up with names and whatnot. I only got a few of these because I wasn't sure how people would like them. But I'm actually going to be using 2 of them. I got a walnut and a maple. I'm going to do 2 of them up with the Booga box for my lasers, for graphics and whatnot. Oh, and then I got I already have a couple Zippos I want to do, but I'm afraid to get right into the Zippos. And so I found a nice windproof lighter. They're not Zippos, but they're still pretty nice little lighters. Not quite as heavy duty, I think, as a Zippo, but not too bad either. But I figured this will give me a good test run before I start grabbing them. And these aren't cheap either, but they're a little more within the price range of needing to do some testing than straight up on a Zippo. Right off the bat, who knows though what'll happen. I got black and silver those, so I can test up those. So I'll have some good stuff to do Friday. Some testing more of this and that. So Back into the chainmail here. I just unpacked them. They're still on my desk. That's the only reason I was kind of showing them off tonight. Just still happen to be here. Like I said, I got them shortly before the stream, and I wanted to check them all out. And slowly adding stuff to the laser side of things. I don't want it to be the main business, but, you know, whatever can make money is what I need to do, so I want the business to continue. Even though I'd rather still do my chainmail, it's just a lot more time consuming. That was 2, so this is 3. And, you know, laser etching things can be good for Mother's Day, Father's Day type things, birthdays. Any kind of really type thing. Chainmail is kind of a niche group per se. Most people like it when they see it. Some still don't understand it even though they like it. Some start understanding it and like it more. And then there's the others that start to understand it and hate it more. Actually, these two colors aren't working too bad together. I wasn't sure. I was going to do blue and orange, but I was like, no, I've done blue and orange before. Well, and then I had to have enough 730 seconds. I've got a good group of them, but I don't have a ton. It's been one of the newer sizes that I've only had the past couple of years. At least in anodized aluminum. I've had it in bright aluminum and bronze and all that for making my own rings, but did you already get open? I haven't played with 730 seconds in a little while, I didn't think, but maybe I did. I forget what I do all the time. I got so many things going on at any given time. Let's see here. No, next Friday I've got a concert. Tomorrow we'll get out the Chiefs End Zone inlay, which I'll be glad to actually start working on again. It's since we didn't stream it last week, I have gotten nothing done on it since the Thursday before. I hate to say that, but this one is just taking me, seems like forever to finish it up. We'll get it done here pretty soon. Like I said, it would have already been finished if Chiefs would have won the Super Bowl. I would have spent almost every hour if it wasn't for orders. And a lot less playing. I think that's probably part of it is getting all the laser settings and everything set up and all that. It takes some time to learn all that and get all that set. And once it's all done, though, it'll be done. I won't have to worry about it. So that'll make it, easier later on. And that's the whole point. Take the time now to get everything going the way you want it to, so when you need to put it, out of practice and go into production, it's much easier to do so. Come on, put back up over there. Make sure I go the right way here. What are we at here? 20 minutes? So, yeah, we should be able to get to a decent length on this by then. It's definitely kind of a ring hog. But even inverted, like inverted round male is a ring hog. Round male's a ring hog. Actually, I guess most weaves are a ring hog. Come to think about it more and more, it's like, yeah, everything just eats rings. It's just a little bracelet. It's only got 300 rings in it. Only. So that's always the trade-off when you're selling this kind of stuff. You get the same bracelet, weave, but in 2 different ring sizes, and the prices are quite a bit different. It's like, well, yes, you're using less rings, but it's taking a lot more time because you're using smaller rings. So on the other one, so there's a trade-off. Now I'm looking at this more, it's kind of looking like Seahawks colors. Alright, so that was the first group. After the color, it's always one, then you do layer 2. Third layer becomes the color again. Stitch it up in the Byzantine fashion. Becomes group number 1 of the rings again. Yes, when I started playing with it earlier today, actually the first one I tried was the blue and silver one out of the 1/4 inch, and it was too loose, and I was like, well, I'm not liking that. And so then I went to 3/16, 16 gauge, and it was way too tight. It would have made good structural, and almost it had to be short structural. And so then I went up to 7/32 and started doing the sky blue one, and it started working well. I was like, okay, I like this. I think this is the size we're going to do on the stream tonight. Then I played again. Since the round 1/4 inch were a little loose, I didn't like. I was like, maybe the square will kind of tighten that up a bit, you know. Square ring, since its AR is a little bit smaller. And I liked how it came out. And so then I was like, well, let's try a smaller version. And so I kind of just used around the same AR as the 7/32 that I just got done working with, and found it equivalent in 18 gauge and did it in 5/32, and that's when I'm really digging the 5/32 version here. It's got enough looseness to it, but still enough tightness that you get a good feel in it. You don't get that with the 1/4 inch rings. It's a little bit better with this. So let's see here. That was the third. And sometimes I just like the feel of the chainmail, how it flows together and moves. It's got a good flow to it. And feels smooth while it's moving. It's nice. That's what's nice about the Jelly Cube. It's just got a good feel to it while it's moving around, but holding its shape type thing, you know. So let's see here. What did I do today? I did got about an hour and a half in of video work today. Hoping to get in a little more tomorrow, or a little more tonight, but I'm going to have all these bracelets. I want to finish all these up tonight, which should be able to. I mean, we've already got them started a little bit here and there, so unless I decide to, like I said, change up the large double king version and try some color, that'll take a little bit of extra time to get the layout of colors the right way. Tomorrow, what else? Oh, and I do need to give a shout out to my grandson, Warren Wyatt. Too many W's, too many A's. Wyatt, he turned 7 yesterday. So my grandkid is now 7 years old. It's still quite astonishing to me. But he's kind of become a mini famous. Daughter was setting up a Ring camera on the front of their house, and when she got it going, she showed him the picture of the Ring on the phone, and he started dancing, and I don't even remember singing whatever this silly song is, and they put it up on TikTok, and it's got a little following. I guess he's up to like 500,000 views now. for his little song and dance of having the Ring camera hooked up, and I guess at some point Ring's gonna company themselves had reached out to her, to my daughter, and talking about putting their video up on their website somewhere. I'm not sure where or know all the details, but that's what I've heard anyway over the last couple days. She posted the video to us on Facebook one night after they'd done it, and then she put it up on TikTok, and I don't go to TikTok, so it's just one of those places I don't know. Haven't felt comfortable, haven't liked, and I'm like, well, what's the difference between all these other thousands of other places? It's like, I already have to post my videos enough places as is. Like, I need to add more. And if you're watching any of these, and if you made orders in the past, like I said, we could use some reviews either on the website or on Facebook. Looking to get some more of those. Also looking to get ideas for different things for a stream, for projects to do. Even when it comes down to, what would you like to see on the stream? Maybe we should play some games at times instead of having just, a full hour of just chainmailing. Could change it up, do some different things. Kind of up to you all. I'm always looking for ideas and thoughts. I have many of them in my head, and I only ever get about an eighth of them out if I'm lucky. And I'd say that'd be an eighth of the good ideas. I have a lot of bad ideas too up there. We don't want those coming out. Yeah, I don't know how you would look it up on TikTok. I did mean to ask about getting a link to it so I could share it out there. I mean, it's a cute little thing, but I guess it's some kind of popular-ish song. What was they saying? Chilling with his homies or something like that. And I can't believe I forgot what they were saying in it. But I need to find a link to it and post it on the Facebook. So, well, let's see here. These two. But happy birthday to him. They're all getting older. I'm like, yeah, my oldest will be 30 this year. Holy macaroni, man. Youngest, 22. What's going on? I knew 50 was coming for myself, but 50 hit, and boy, it just... 49 and a half, it felt fine. 50 hit, and it was like, man, what happened? All that happened was a number change. But, yeah. Life has now felt 50. Still felt kind of 30-ish in the 40s. But, yeah, I got grandkids going to school. Having to get all those, doctor checkups and stuff, because you're getting old. You need to have this check, that check, this check, that check. It's like, yeah, I'm feeling like an old car that needs to go into the shop and get a tune-up. A human tune-up is what I need. So even at 7:30 seconds, since it's kind of roundish, it gets pretty thickish. Where are we at? Probably almost about a half-inch around. By the time you get there, you can see it that way. I'm not sure how close I can get on that camera. I haven't really tested its parameters per se fully. Alright, back over to here. And how long are we anyway? Just over 3 inches. Being it's so round and wide-ish, probably gonna make it run 9 in a full length before you lose some by putting on clasp and putting it on yourself, I guess I should say. Where'd that ring go? You flip down and out of the way of me. It's like I don't want to go, but you must. You are the ring holder. Yeah, that's what I can, like I said, these little things, I could put it on there and put the Booga box and have it sit up here. Which does remind me now, because I'm thinking of Sean's stream. He's got a little setup where he's got a little coin jar thing in the graphic. And it seems to always work out, at least when I'm there, that his rings end up being right where that little coin is in the graphic. And it's kind of funny. It looks like he's got it full of rings and his little coiny thing. But you should go over there and check out Sean's stuff at Mailworks. I'm wearing his shirt tonight. It's my Wednesday shirt, I think. Pretty much gone. I have my Monday night shirt. I have my Wednesday night shirt. Don't have any shirt picked out for Thursday because don't use these other cameras on Thursdays right now, but that will change. And I thought about doing the hat dance. Wearing a different hat on all my streams. If I really want to go into it, I could pull out some of the other hats that I have stored, and I could go for probably a couple months without wearing the same hat. And then that would give me the chance to go buy some crazy hats. I could use some crazy hats, why not? I don't have a cowboy hat. Used to have a, what do they call those things? Fedora. That was years ago now, no, though. Back in the late 80s, it was the thing. Before Phineas and Ferb. It's the only reason the daughter knew fedora so earlier in her life. She was talking about a fedora, and I'm like, how do you even know that word to begin with? Phineas and Ferb. But yeah, I'm hoping I'll get these done tonight. I'm hoping I can get tomorrow and have get the inlay out and get in at least an hour or two, hopefully, tomorrow during the day. I'm half tempted to want to set up the laser stuff, but I'm like, if I do that, I know that I'll end up doing that for 6 hours. Because set up the laser itself, like I said, about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to set up the laser, and then you do your running, and then you've got your teardown time and cleanup after you're done using the laser. So just to do laser work, I'm already looking at almost 2 hours worth of work just alone. So I normally try to plan a bigger thing. So when I get into it, I'm normally into it for a while. If I can just hold it off until Friday. I want to, okay. Make sure I get into the right area. Quick looks around. Having a good another internet night tonight. That's good. I did talk to the family about trying not to use so much internet when I'm streaming on streaming nights, but I'm pretty sure they're both still streaming as usual, so it's all good if it worked that way, though. I don't mind it. Oops, I dropped it. We'll be working on another project. I thought about throwing it on the stream on Monday night. This other group I'm a part of, the Link Together group, are kind of having, not really competition, but we're all getting random supplies, and we're supposed to make stuff out of it. I need to reread all the rules and see if it, I still need to figure out what's going to be in these pieces. I don't know yet. Got my package in. I'm hoping we'll be able to open it here in the next few days and trying to figure out. I think we get 3 months to work on it. I don't think it'll take me that long, but who knows? It depends on what's in the package, I guess. Longest time will be me pondering, what am I going to do? That is always the longest part for me. Making that final decision on which way I want to go. So that's why I'm ready to get into it, but like I said, I'm hoping to get it done fairly quickly, but will depend on business, picking up. We got band stuff coming up. I got all the band stuff I need to do, so it could stretch out, and I could probably use that time. I'll probably still cut it down to the wire, rushing to finish it up, there at the end, going, I shouldn't have put it off. Or I'll get it done so early that I'll forget about where I put it by the time it's like, oh, we're done. Oh, where did I put it? Because then if I get it done early, I'll have to wait forever to show it off. Or them off, or that's the other thing I gotta figure out. I don't know if we make multiple pieces. Does everything have to be worked into one piece? I need to figure out those rules on it. I remember reading it when they first wanted to do it, but I just don't remember what they were. It's been a little while since they came up with this idea. I think it's kind of cool, though. I guess could be overwhelming depending on what we get to work with, I guess. Hopefully it's chainmail related, but we'll see. Doesn't have to be, but so this is going to take a little bit of time. Wasn't expecting to quite take this long, but I mean, it is a pretty good, hefty piece. We're already 37 minutes in, and I was hoping we'd get done with it tonight. At least to the length I wanted it. Oh, I'm getting into blue. Yeah, I guess I did take a little bit of time to show off a few other things here and there, so I needed to take that into account too. And like I always say, things always take a lot longer during a stream, just because it's further away. Like I always say the same thing, it's further away, so everything just takes a little bit longer to get lined up and closed up and all that. And try to keep things, like I said, inside the frame of video for the most part. Because I'm trying to get more used to working right over this white piece of paper here with my logo on it. And that helps a bit, having something there. But I'll at times find myself working down this way, working down that way. Other times I've got my box of rings pulled out and it's sitting on top here, and I might have 2 boxes sitting out here. And if I'm just testing things, I'll just pull out some rings, close it, work on top of that. All just kind of depends. And I still can't believe we're almost into April. We got tonight's stream is 30th, and tomorrow's stream is 31st, and then April will be here. We won't be back till April. It's Friday, 1, 2, 3, the 4th. Oh man, that means April Fool's Day is coming up on Friday. Oh jeez, I really do hate April Fool's Day. I don't know about anybody else, but it always drives me nuts. I hate it. I hate being online, seeing you just never know if you're getting real news, fake news, whatever. And, I don't mind pranks so much, but when it's on one day and everybody's pranking, you just don't know what to do. Don't know what to think anyway, at least in my head. Is it real? Is it not? And most times, if you're just pulling a prank on any other day, you can get pranked pretty easily. But when it's a prank day, everything, you just don't know what to believe anymore. So, I honestly hate April Fool's Day. I liked it when I was younger. But I get older, I become that That, you know, angry old man, I guess. Every year. Get off my lawn. Get off of that ring there. There we go. Alright, so let's go through. So we're starting to get a little length to it now. 5/32 one's probably going to take a little bit of time. We'll see though. Like I said, I'll work on them a little bit through the night here. As I started playing around noon, I started playing with different sizes and trying this and that. I thought about finishing up a piece, but then I was like, well, will this work? Will this size work? Will that size work? So then I had to play. I haven't had a good play time in a while when you're just trying different rings for different purposes. And I actually did try a few other things for another project that I've been working on for a long time now. I've mentioned it once before, maybe twice during a stream a long time ago, and I don't want to bring it up again and say what it is, but because I think it's going to be really cool when I'm done. But I did experiment with a few things today on that, so it's kind of good. I think I've figured out a couple other things I'll be able to do to get that project along a little further. And then I have another sculpture style thing that hit my brain day before yesterday, that I really, really want to try, but I have no idea if it's going to work or not. Yeah, so here we are now, getting some length into it. Kind of digging the color combination, even though it's like Seahawks colors. Where are we at? 40. We got 15 more minutes. And we're at 4 1/4 inch. So we still got a little bit of beef to go here. Like I said, it's a bit of a ring hog. I'm not even sure how many rings I've put in so far, but I'd say quite a few. I don't know. I'll have to eventually get good times on this too. That's how I gauge my rings per minute, is per weave, because every weave, your rings take a little bit different time to weave them. So I'll have to do that on this one too. So that means I'll probably make another 5/32 one, even though I'm working with that dark rose and the frost right now. I'll have to do another color combination on it. Give me a good base time on that one. And then do a good time on this size, because I do think these are the two most sizes that I'll keep in normal stock. And then I'll do the occasional square one, I think, also. And I'm not sure about the doubled, the kinged version. Depends on what it looks like, and like I said, if I try to make it colored, right now I'm not digging it, because right now to me it looks like a jumbled mess. If I look at it, I can see the weave going on. And I think if I change up the color combinations, it would show the weave off more, and I think make it look a little bit better. That's why I've decided to do a few in colors and a couple in a solid color. So I can see, some things just look better when they're colored. Some things look better when they're not. It just depends on the weave. And again, it comes down to personal preference. That's my own personal preference. I know other people like it other ways, It's like some people like dainty jewelry. Some people like the bigger pieces, how the doubled one would come out if I decide to go with it. Alrighty. I gotta make a trip out. I've got so many things I still need to do this week. Well, the vehicle not working like it should. It's going to put a little bit of a damper on that. Wife's had several doctor's appointments. I thank my mom today. Well, we were having our own car issues alone, but we had that big old storm come through last night, and wife forgot to roll up the car window. So the whole inside of the car is soaked. So my mom was able to come and take her to her doctor's appointment today. Though she hated it because they didn't do anything. She's been dealing with all kinds of issues that they just don't seem to ever want to take care of. They'll just let it do it itself. We got all kinds of rain lined up, it looks like, which I don't mind the rain, but it is putting a damper on getting any yard work done right now, which is just makes it harder when I can finally get out there and work on it, because all the spring showers bring the May growth of everything, and you have to clean forever month. Looks around. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody's comments tonight. I do point that out on occasion. Sometimes, Facebook, YouTube, they do their own little weird things, and sometimes I don't get comments. So if somebody has commented and I'm not replying to you, I'm sorry. I'll apologize now. Just depends on how these systems want to work tonight. I noticed that it was a couple weeks ago. I was over on Sean's stream over at Mailworks, and he kept talking to I guess I'm assuming it was Peg, but I wasn't seeing her typing in anything in the comment section. I thought, and so I finally asked, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not seeing any of those posts." And come to find out just a little bit later, I had the full window of his stream going, but if I shrunk it back down to normal Facebook size instead of full window, the comments were different than the comments that I was seeing within the large window. And even when I went back to refresh later and watch, the same thing would happen. The comments would only show on one video if I left it small. But what was even weirder is the comments I was making weren't showing up on the small version. It was only on the large version of his stream. And I was like, man, this is so jacked. But then I was like, well, it's Facebook. You just never know what you're going to get. It's like now, for some reason, been trying to post. I was trying to post another group of laser etched stuff today, and I had to do this the other day because if I just go into my normal pages on Facebook and go to make a post, what's up type thing going on now, etc., and okay. I could go in there, I could type up a comment, I could add pictures, but there was no post button on the little pop-up, the little square that pops up that you put all your stuff in, and it wasn't working. There was no post button, First time I tried, it came up and said, had the post button there, but once I loaded my pictures up, the post button disappeared. And said use your media center, blah, blah, blah. And so I tried to close it all down, restarted up the browser and came back into it. It was doing the same thing, so I had to end up using the programmed media center thing for Facebook and business pages, and trying to figure that out. And I can finally figured it out day before yesterday when I made that post. So when I went today, it was doing the same thing, and I was like, okay, I don't have time to go over here, because it seems like the quick post from the page was nice and easy. I could do it fairly quickly. It's like, for me anyway, twice as long to go through the process of using their media manager area. And, it might be nice, I guess, if you want to schedule posts, but I don't have any scheduled posts. I just post whenever it's time to post, so it might work for other people, it just doesn't work for me. So that kind of blew, and that's why there was no more pictures today. I still need to take some more pictures of what I lasered up yesterday anyway, but I still have several more days worth of posts to show of my current laser etch stuff, so I need to be getting that done. And I got the burpees. Mild burps. Years and years and years ago, I used to get these really bad burps. And I mean, they were bad. They had a funky sound to them. It was like a helium burp almost. And yeah, the smell was horrid. And those went away after I had my gallbladder taken out. Come to find out I was having gallbladder problems, and that's what was causing it. For 13 years, I had never had those burps again until 3 weeks ago when I had the stomach issue. All of a sudden, the burps had come back. I'm like, so I'm probably going to have to go get myself checked out on that and make sure everything's going okay. But you know what they'll do? Well, we need to test this, we need to test that, but the other, was it Saturday? One day the youngest was coming in. She went out somewhere and had to come back, and I was standing there, and I just happened to have a little burp, and she kind of walked straight at me after I'd burped, and she just backed up and was just going cuckoo. I was like, yeah, it's been a while. You were probably too young to really remember the old burps from back then, but yeah. I don't know. I guess I need to go out and probably buy some more of the. It was about 3 or 4 years ago. Doctor said I need to start taking probiotics, and I took them for a little while, but the past year I kind of stopped just because I don't know. I hate taking any kind of pill for that, for the most part anyway. But just needed to buy some more and then ran out, and I just had never went and got any more. So I probably need to go get some more. And because it was about 4 years ago now, I had a weird illness that they couldn't figure out per se. I was throwing up for 2 days, couldn't keep anything down. As soon as it went down, it came right back up. I had scopes in both ends of me, looking around at this and that, and everything was fine. And they never did figure out what was wrong. I stopped throwing up finally. Then that's when they said I needed to probably start taking the probiotics, and it did seem to mellow things out for a while. Like I said, but then you become used to it. Got so used to not taking the pill there for a while, and I just totally forgot. Where are we at here? 53 minutes. Let's see, how long are we? We're up to 6. Another 3 inches or so to go. So I normally like to get a project done within our time frame on our stream, but I wasn't sure how long I guess it's the folding back, because I've done inverted round before, and it's normally under an hour to do it. Part of it being I'm on stream, so it's taking a little bit longer, and instead of expanding all the way up in a normal fashion of like an inverted round, we're having that one fold back, so that kind of, you're adding a little bit of length to it, but very negligible. Yeah, that's a word, right? Negligible. Sounds like a word, so I'm going to use it. I like to make up my own words anyway. It's like a whole house here. We, what do you call that? You get a cut, use it. The real word. I'm trying not to say what we call it. Neosporin. We call it boo-boo juice. That's why it took me a minute to remember what it was actually called, because we've called it boo-boo juice for so long anymore. It's boo-boo juice now. I don't know why my hand's getting a little crampy on this right now. I mean, like I said, we haven't even done an hour. Taking little quick breaks here and there to help, but old age, cold weather, all coming back to haunt me, I guess. And I really haven't eaten nothing today again. Did I? I had a Pop-Tart this morning. I guess that's all I've had. Did I have a hot patty? No, I guess I didn't have a spicy patty. I did, took my shower. Now I thought I planned on getting something to eat after that, but what happened right after my shower? And then I forgot to go back up to eat. And then, crap, what was it? Yeah, I don't know why I forgot to eat. I know I went up there at one point to eat. Something stopped me that time too. I know the daughter was making something at some point, but I guess that patty was yesterday patty. Yeah, I guess that's it. Sometimes I'll forget when I do eat, though. That's why I have to always double and triple think myself, going, okay, when I ate that, was that actually today? Was that yesterday? Was that tomorrow? Did I dream that I ate that? I've had some, I haven't had them in a couple weeks, but the medicine that they've given me, it gives me some freaking intense dreams. Not scary dreams, just intense. I mean, if they're good dreams, it's just an intense good dream. And the bad ones, again, aren't scary, but just, intense. If they're sad dreams, they're just more intensely sad. If they're good dreams, they're more intensely good. They've been driving me nuts, so I had to stop taking that stuff. It was getting a little too weird. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3. On to our next one. Yeah, we'll do this group real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a link up to Mailworks. Hopefully it'll be a quick, easy link tonight. Give my hand a quick break, because I do want to send a link to his stuff, and I forget often. Sometimes when he's here, I can get him to post it for me. I know I hadn't made his stream the last couple nights just because, again, if you're just watching now, it was last Thursday we lost our sugar baby kitty, and made for kind of a roughish weekend. Things are starting to kind of get mellowed, but it's still one of those things. Let me see here. I gotta use my shirt with this stupid mouse. It doesn't like my clear mat here. Okay, let's see. Will you take it off of a couple? Oh, I only had to go 3 letters that time. There it is. Sweet. I think that's the easiest it's ever worked for me on Facebook. And where we're at our hour. We're going to do a little bit more here. Where are we at exactly here? 6 3/4. So we're going to do a few more minutes here. Like I said, minimum I want to always do is an hour. If we go longer, I don't want to go over an hour and a half. Partially, I don't want to bleed into Sean's stream. And partially, normally an hour and a half straight of mailing without really taking breaks is hard on the hands. So I normally, if I'm doing this outside streams, I normally max will only go about 45 minutes before I take at least a 20-minute break if I go that long. Most times if I do like a half an hour, I'll take a 10-minute break, 15-minute break, and come right back to it. But gotta give the hands a break. If I go longer than that, I can push longer than that and do just fine until later, and then I'll regret it later. And so it's like I've learned to only push so far. That's a bad ring. And so I kind of found my limit, and it will depend on the weave too, and size of ring. Sometimes I can go longer if it's easier to hold on to the rings. I'm not having to fight them as much for the weave. And then other weaves that are using smaller rings and you're just sitting there constantly fighting and fighting and fighting. Then those times I normally cut those down because it's just harder on the hands. So we will be closing up here in a few minutes. So I do want to thank everybody again that has joined us, watching us live or watching us later. It's all good to have you at any point in time. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the shares, subscribe. If you find us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, give us all those shares, likes, and all that good stuff. Trying to now get up to 500 likes on Facebook. We're at like 320, I think, now. So a little bit of work to do, but it'd be good to see us finally get there. So don't forget those likes, shares, thumbs ups, whatever works for you. Appreciate them all. I do thank everybody again that has made purchases from us over the past anytime really, but especially over the past year. This past year was actually pretty good for us, so we're getting out there a little bit more and trying to promote myself, which is my Achilles heel, I believe. I hate talking about myself and promoting myself, but I need to if I want to make things grow. And that's why I want to get some feedback from you all on things you bought from us, and let me know. I'd rather know something doesn't work than just being thought of by somebody as he does crappy work. There are some things I do that are different than others, and try something new idea. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Most things I try to test myself. I'll wear it. I'll kind of put it through rigmarole to see if it's going to hold up to how I want it to hold up. And there's a point. I mean, it is chainmail. You can't just go out there and start, beating it per se, but you do want it to be as good as you can get it. So go ahead and get in our last group of green, or another group of green here, and then we'll go ahead and give a quick show up close and call her quits for tonight. Kind of went through and did my ending the spiel already. Don't forget to check us out on tomorrow night, Thursday night, large project night. We will be back. hopefully I'll get some work done on that project tomorrow, and hopefully get it done here pretty soon. Get working on our next inlay. I'm sure y'all are probably getting tired of the same inlay, right? So that's where we're at so far on this. Hopefully I'm not too close. And I am starting to kind of like this. It looks better the longer it's gotten. The colors start popping out a little bit better and all that. Let me see if I can go over to my other camera here. Show it up on this camera. Again, I don't know how close I can get on these cameras. The delay is so long to finally see on my laptop. I'm tired of sitting there holding it, and I guess I can get fairly close onto that one. So we got a little link there. We're starting to come together. I was hoping to be a little further along tonight. We're about at 7, just over 7.5 inches, so we're getting pretty close. Sorry we didn't get to finish it on the stream tonight. I apologize for that. Didn't know how long it was going to take, though. Hadn't made one, so wasn't sure. Again, thank you everybody that joins us now, or if you're watching us later, I do appreciate it all. Don't forget those thumbs up, the likes, and all that good stuff. But you all have a great Wednesday night, and we will catch you all again tomorrow night. So, peace.